All right, Salaki about that. But like I said, I will punish you for all your iniquities, because you are the only nation of people of the families of all the families of the earth that I have known. All right. Therefore, I will punish you for your iniquities. Like back in this second Maccabees 6 and 14, he says, "For not as with other nations, whom the Lord patiently forbeareth to punish, till they become to the fullness of their sins." See, he's punishing us for not only our disobedience, but for our moral improvement. Okay? Not these other nations. Okay? That's why second Esdras, he had said, man, I look there through the heathen and they flow in wealth and think not upon thy name. And, you preserve them. You ain't did nothing to them, because he not morally improving them. Because he's not going to put the law, statutes, and commandments in their minds and their hearts. He's not perfecting them. All right? They're not about to be his special chosen people that's going to be the judges of all existence. All right? To go through all these experiences that we go through, his special chosen people. All right? For us to gain this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right? Through experience. Right? So this is Hebrews. Hebrews chapter 12 and 11. It says, "Now no chastening for the present seemed to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yielded the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby." So we are exercised by going through these chastisements. We are exercised by going through all these curses, these punishments, these calamities, these different captivities, these being on the bottom, all these things that we deal with. Okay? It's us. We are the only nation that's dealing with these things. All right. That's why in 2 Maccabees 6, it says, "Not as with other nations, whom the Lord patiently forbeareth to punish." See, but when he punished them, that's going to be that fire. All right. So if any of our people choose these other nations, if our people choose the antagonists, then you're going to get the antagonist judgment. Okay. You're going to be caught up in that judgment which he patiently forbeareth to do. Okay, so you might as well be partakers of what we got to go through right now as a nation. All right, and don't try to escape that. See, a lot of our people are trying to escape the punishments that we go through by living their best life, by having the money, cars, clothes, and the hoes and success here in this present evil world, where it was our portion to be on punishment. It was our portion to learn. It was our portion to be morally improved. But here it is. You ain't being morally improved. You ain't learning when you living your best life, having the money, cars, clothes, and the hoes, and the houses, and all these things, and making it. Okay, you're not learning. Okay, just like if a parent put a child on punishment, you don't learn from the bad thing that you did. The reason they put you on punishment, you don't learn if you sneak out the house. Because every time you do something bad, in your mind, you like, well, shit, I can just sneak out the house. I could just sneak some company in and we still can have some fun. So, shit, I can do this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't learn. See, but if one deals with the punishment, and be like, man, I don't want to be punished no more like this. So I'm going to get my stuff together. I'm going to get right. I'm going to be morally improved. I'm going to learn from my mistakes. I'm going to go through all these experiences of chastening, all these experiences of calamities and all these things, so I can go through these experiences for I can gain wisdom. Okay, that is what it's all about. That is a part of this movie. That's why we're going through all these things right now. Okay. This is Sirach 34, or Ecclesiasticus 34 and 9. It says, "A man that hath traveled knoweth many things, and he that hath much experience will declare wisdom." So we're going through all these experiences of calamities, experiences of lifetime after lifetime, being under, being at the bottom, being low, forgetting who we are, being tempted, by the flesh, but still overcoming, growing, learning. Okay. That's why it says, a man that hath traveled knoweth many things, and he that hath much wisdom will declare, he that hath much experience will declare wisdom. He that hath no experience knoweth little, but he that hath traveled is full of prudence. Okay? It's full of prudence. And that's what it's all about. We're trying to gain this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and prudence. Okay? This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and 14. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 14. It says, whoso seeketh her early shall have no great travail. Seeketh who? Her. Her is wisdom. So whoso seeketh wisdom early shall have no travail, for he shall find her sitting at his doors. To think, therefore, upon her is perfection of wisdom. And whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care. You're going to be quickly without the cares of this world and the things that they extol and say is what's up. You ain't going to care about that because you got the true wisdom. Okay? And you know better. Verse 16, it says, for she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her, showeth herself favorably unto them in her ways, and meeteth them in every thought. It says, for the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline. And we have to be disciplined right now, not to engulf ourselves with the antagonist. All right? Because the antagonist, he's all about this world. He's all about the pleasures right now. He's all about the flesh. Okay? See, but we have to be disciplined enough to know that this ain't our time right now. Okay? And to be carnally minded, fleshly minded is death. It says, and the care of discipline is love. And the love is the keeping of her laws. And the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. And incorruption maketh us near unto the Most High God. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. All right? The desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. Okay? And jumping down to verse 24, it says, but the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world. The multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world. And a wise king is the upholding of the people. All right. So we're going to be ruling with the law, statutes, and commandments. What's going to be the welfare of the world and the upholding of the people. All right. It says, receive therefore instruction through my words, and it shall do you good. And sometimes this instruction that you get don't feel good. Okay. But we must go through all these things, all these experiences to get wisdom. All right. And it says wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. In the multitude of those who are wise is the welfare of the world. All right. Wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. This is 2nd Esdras 7. 2nd Esdras 7 and 10. It says, and I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so is Israel's portion. All right. What's Israel's portion? Because whatever I'm about to read up above this, he said, this is Israel's, the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. This is your portion to go through this, right? He said, even so, this is Israel's portion. What's our portion? 2nd Esdras 7 and 3. It says, and I said, speak on, my power. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place that it might be deep and great. But put the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it if he went not through the narrow? How could he come to the broad? There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field and is full of all good things. So it says, the sea is set in a wide place, and a city is set upon a broad field. That sea and that city is talking about the kingdom of heaven. And it says to rule it, all right? Who, matter of fact, it says, who then could go into this sea? Who then could go into this city? Who then could go into this kingdom to look upon it and to rule it if he went not through the narrow? All right. We have to go through the narrow, which going through the narrow is all those experiences, all those calamities, all those perils, all that uncomfortability, all those curses, all the things that we have to go through and overcome and learn. Okay. He said, how we going to get to this city, to this kingdom and rule it as a people? How we going to do that unless we go through all these things right now? All right. It says verse 6, there is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field and is full of all good things. That's what we're trying to get to, the kingdom, which is full of all good things. Verse 7, the entrance thereof is narrow and set in a dangerous place to fall, like if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, all right, remember in that Sirach I read, we're going to inherit from sea to sea. We're going to inherit from utmost river to, whatever the quote was, but meaning everything. All right. If this city, if this kingdom now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? So we have to go through right now and take all the L's. All right. Not only for our disobedience, but for our moral improvement, for our learning. That's why it says for everything that was written aforetime, which was done, everything that was written was done. All right. Everything that was written aforetime, all right, was written for our learning. This movie, the Most High is the writer. Okay. And all these things that we had to go through, we had to go through if we want the kingdom to rule forever and ever, even forever. Okay. And have true wisdom, have true judgment, righteous judgment, right? If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive his inheritance? And part of this danger that was set before us getting to this kingdom is us being on the bottom, us being in captivity, having our enemies, having the antagonists rule over us in wickedness, and for us not to choose him, not to choose his portion, which is but for a moment, like we read in Job. Okay? And I said, it is so, Lord. Then he said unto me, even so is Israel's portion. It's you Israelites' portion right now to go through, not to make it, not to make it and be famous, not to have the money, cars, clothes, and the hoes and live your best life. No, it's to learn, right? To learn, to go through these experiences and to overcome all these temptations that set before us, to overcome all the things that we have to go through, to overcome our flesh. Okay? This is our portion now to learn. So when we're in the kingdom, we know it all. We've been through it all. We have the experience, therefore we have the wisdom. And it says, wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. All right, roughly paraphrasing. All right. This is the things that's our portion. It's the wicked's portion right now. Remember in that Wisdom of Solomon that I read, the wicked reasoning with themselves, talking about, we are clean contrary to him. And that this present evil world, which was given into his hand, according to Job 9:24, this is their portion right now. And it is, But this is our portion to go through right now and to overcome. Okay. This is Psalms 37 and 34. Psalms 37 and 34. It says, wait on the Lord and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. See, right now, the wicked is ruling. The wicked is ruling and telling you what's good, what's bad, and that's all contrary to actually what the Most High say what's good and what's bad. Okay? So we have to wait on the Lord and keep his way. But his way is clean. The Lord's way is clean contrary to the way of the wicked. So when you come in the way of the Lord and everybody is so used to the way of the wicked, then everybody gonna look at you like you stupid. You the bad guy. You the hate group. You the evil. Because all this time the wicked has been telling you that the way of the Lord is bad and that his way is good. But the Lord is gonna pay these wicked for lying, for oppressing the truth. That's why I said, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. If you truly wise, you mad right now because of the wicked ruling in wickedness and lying, okay? And got our people believing in the lie, okay? But you got to wait on the Lord. It ain't our portion right now to live your best life, to make it, have the money, cars, clothes, and the hoes and success. It's for us to go through the dangerous place. All right? A dangerous place to fall. But if we fall, we got to get back up, learn from it. Okay? Keep trudging. Keep learning. Keep growing. Okay? This is what it's all about. And if we overcome and keep his way, we wait on the Lord and keep his way, like that Psalms 37 and 34 said, then he says this, Revelation chapter 2 and 25. It says, and this is the Lord, it's in red speaking, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come. This wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and faith that you have in the truth, hold fast till he come. And he that overcometh, if you overcome all the temptations, overcome all the afflictions, sufferings, calamities, right? And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end. And his works is these laws, statutes, and commandments, having the mindset of this place being destroyed and the Lord coming back speedily to set up the kingdom of heaven that's filled with all good things, which the Israelites are going to rule. All right. He said, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. Okay? Because we gonna be joint heirs, according to Romans 8 and 17. We gonna be joint heirs with the Lord. Even as he received of the Father, we gonna receive. Now, of course, it's gonna be a rank and file. You know, our Lord and Savior, YAHAWAH, is gonna be the top man, the top king. Under him gonna be King David. Under him gonna be the rest of the 12. Under them gonna be the rest of the 144. Under them gonna be the rest of the 1/3. Under them gonna be the 2/3. All right, but they first gonna have to go through a horrendous judgment, which I don't want no part of. All right, this is Ezekiel 21 and 26. Ezekiel 21 and 26. It says, thus saith the Lord power, remove the diadem and take off the crown. This shall not be the same. Exalt him that is low, and abase him that is high. I will overturn it, and it shall be no more until he come whose right it is, and I will give it him. Okay? So he's going to abase him that's high. Who's on high right now? The wicked, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and who all these other nations that has taken his side, even 2/3 of our people that has sold their soul, sold out, and living their best life. they're going to be abased too. And he's going to exalt them who's low, who's at the bottom, who went through them calamities, who went through all those curses, who went through all those things to be morally improved, to learn, to get wisdom and overcome. Okay? That's what it's all about. This is a part of the movie. Okay? This is Jeremiah 30:16. See, when he overturn it and give it whose right it is, then we get to do this. This is Jeremiah 30:16. It says, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord. Because they call thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places. And the city shall be builded upon her own heaps, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving, and the voice of them that make merry. And I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. Their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me, and I will punish all that oppress them. All right. This is what's going to happen unto those that's our enemies. This is what's going to happen to the antagonists. Okay. This is what's going to happen to the antagonists. This is Sirach chapter 10 and 4. It says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. All right. In due time, he's going to set over the earth the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which is going to be profitable for all the earth and who that we rule over. Okay. All the earth that we rule over. All right. And once we in rulership, and once we pay back everything that those other nations has done to us, because according to that, I think that's 2 Thessalonians 1:6, it says, for it is a righteous thing with God to recompense them that trouble you. So we're going to pay them back. We're going to win in the end. We're going to be the heroes, all right, to establish a righteous earth, okay, where we're going to rule in righteousness. And when we pay them back and they go into slavery, and like it says, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they're going to build up our kingdom. Okay. And we're going to pay them back everything that they done to us, and double unto the antagonist. Okay. But after that, Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And that's why the wicked is bearing rule right now, and the people all over the world, the earth itself is mourning. But when the righteous are in authority, when the Hebrew Israelites are in authority, when the Lord comes back and sets up the kingdom of heaven right here on the earth, and after all their judgment and punishments and captivity that they have to go through, after that, the other nations get to go to their lands. We're going to destroy the wicked nation of people. The antagonist is going to be destroyed. It's not going to be an antagonist anymore. There's not going to be a wicked nation of people anymore. They're going to be done away with. All right. And whether they're going to be totally done away with, or whether their spirits get dispersed between the other nations, we don't know. But they ain't going to be here no more. All right. So-called a pale-faced white person, you know what I'm saying, is going to be no more. They're going to be done, because their use is up. We don't need them no more in a righteous earth, okay, or a righteous existence, okay. And the people that we rule over after their judgment, they are going to be rejoicing that the Israelites are the righteous rulers of all existence forever. So at the end of the Most High's movie, we gonna win. At the end of the Most High's movie, we gonna rule. At the end of the Most High's movie, we get our revenge. Okay? But if you a Israelite, but you call yourself a so-called black man, African American, Latino, or Native American, and you don't come into the knowledge that you're an Israelite, then you're gonna have to deal with the destruction, that weeping and gnashing of teeth, that fire, that judgment that the Lord is coming back with for these other nations, especially Esau, Edom, the antagonists. Okay? In all the movies, the antagonists wind up losing. The protagonists that went through all type of hell through the whole movie, at the end, they're the hero. At the end, they win. So at the end, when the Lord comes back, we win. Okay? So choose to be on the protagonist side. Choose to go through your punishment now for your moral improvement and learning right now. Don't choose the antagonist portion. Don't choose the wicked's portion, which is this present evil world, which the Lord is coming to destroy because it is evil. Don't choose their side. All right? Because at the end of the Most High's movie, Jacob, the Israelites, the protagonist, is going to win. All right? So I'm going to end it there. Lord willing, that was edifying. With that, I'm going to give all praises, all honor, all glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you Akim pushing his word in truth and sincerity. And with that, Shalom, Abad Babal.